Now, in spite of protests, the Canadian company Manitoba Hydro International has signed an agreement with the Bureau of Public Enterprises for the management of Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. Manitoba will start management of the company on Monday, July the 30th. At the signing ceremony of the 3-year management contract, the Director General of the Bureau for Public Enterprises, Mrs. Bolanle Onagrua, said one of the key objectives of the agreement is to stabilize the national grid and reduce electricity losses during transmission. TCN is one of the successor companies created from the unbundling of the Power Holding Company of Nigeria and will now be managed by Manitoba Hydro for 3 years at a cost of $23 million. The formal signing of a 3-year management contract for the management of Transmission Company of Nigeria by Canadian firm Manitoba Hydro International. While electricity generation and distribution will be fully privatized, government remains in charge of transmission, though it will be managed by the private sector for improved output.
The management contract is designed to achieve the following objectives: stabilization of the grid, reduce electricity losses during transmission, provide for the achievement of certain predetermined targets that would improve grid security and general performance. With the terms of the contract that was signed, there is provision for an advance payment, for which an advance payment guarantee is provided. And that advance payment of $2.5 million was indeed paid to Manitoba Hydro, and they did provide an advance payment guarantee to cover it.
This contract is a management contract. Manitoba Hydro's responsibility is to come and, as the Honourable DG has mentioned, to reinforce the system, to stabilize the system, but more importantly to train the staff and train the employees of TCN so that we end up at the end of the day, whether it be 3 years or an extendable contract, with an internationally operating transmission system.
This move has been opposed by electricity workers who are worried about their job security and severance package. But the Minister of Power said Manitoba Hydro is resuming with only 8 of its staff, and this process is not to hurt the Nigerian electricity workers but improve the system.
The transmission company will keep its workers, and the Manitoba Hydro will manage the workers and the system. There are 8 positions being ceded to Manitoba Hydro to effect this transition. But of the 8 positions, the people who currently occupy these positions can deputize them.
We are saying that they need to conform to the pensions law, and the pensions law of 2004 actually makes it clear that the pension is contributory. They pay 7.5%, the federal government pays 7.5%. We also said that up to, we even agreed that the federal government would pay both their contribution, which they had not paid, and the federal government's contribution. Right. And that would take it up to 15%. That is also not acceptable for them. They are saying that they want to collect 25%, which is against the law.
To assure the workers, a midway agreement will have to be reached between the government and the union to peacefully resolve their gratuity and pensions package. Doris Okenwa, Channel Television News.